Good morning, folks, and happy Friday. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. I hope that you join me tomorrow, if you're not a member, on Best Stock Charts, which is a video commentary I do with regard to the stocks that we're watching for the next trading week. And then on Sunday, with members, I do the week ahead strategy session, which is where we review in greater detail the stocks that we're watching, the markets as a whole, where have they been, where do I think that they're going, what is our strategy for the coming week, and then, of course, we review our positions and the strategy for those positions, targets and stop losses, etc. When will we add? When do we want to lighten up? Now, if you want the Best Stock Charts video and you're not ready to join yet, that's cool. Just simply go over to the website. If you watch us on YouTube, go over to the website, enter your email address, We Hate Spam Too, and that'll go directly to your inbox. Make sure that you click the bell button if you watch us on YouTube to get notified of future videos. And of course, if you can leave a comment. Arnie, thanks for your comments. I appreciate them very much. And give me a like, share with a friend if you watch us on any one of the social media platforms if you think they'll get any value out of it. So this morning, what we're going to do is, with members immediately following Swing Trading Today, I'm going to go into a morning update where we review the strategy for the trading day. And then, of course, we'll do a recap on the week ahead commentary on Sunday. Now, before I get to the pre-market activity, let me play for you some comments I made and pretty much a warning flag for the markets on Market Wrap on the 28th of August. And this went out to members, and here were my concerns about the market, and it played out yesterday. I want to talk about the VIX. The VIX on Monday was up. Today it was up. The problem with that is now becoming a trend. RSI hooking up, putting in a higher low. Ultimate oscillator hooking up. Stokes hooking up, higher low. What gives? Because we know that if the VIX rallies, that means that the S&P 500, which has just broken out to new all-time highs, there's a problem. And when you take a look at the price action on the S&P 500 today, we had a hollow-filled candlestick. That's profit-taking. Volume light, and it has been light. So a warning flag is on the track for the S&P 500. And believe me, I struggled to decide whether or not I would add to the DPST trade today, but in the end I decided to go for it with a caveat: be careful, be measured, because the market is beginning to send us signals here, and I'm not liking it. Let's take a look at the transports. We'll go back. So the VIX was beginning to consolidate, and we were not making new lower lows on the VIX, despite the fact, this is a chart of the S&P 500, despite the fact that the S&P 500 was making new higher highs, and in fact, all-time highs. Yet the VIX was putting in, we had bottomed out here on the 8th of August, a low, rallied, higher low, holding in there. And if you didn't pay heed to the fact that we were putting in higher lows on the S&P 500, despite the fact that the S&P 500 was breaking out to new higher highs, you ignored a major market signal. And my comments with regard to the banking position that we had, the DPST, which we still have actually, was that on Market Wrap for the 28th, where we added to that position, my exact words, as I just played, were be careful and be measured with adding to your position, because I was concerned about the VIX and the fact that the S&P 500 daily chart was flashing a hollow-filled candlestick, and that is a sign of indecision. You do not want to see a hollow-filled candlestick at the top of a trading range. And looking at the VIX here, excuse me, my voice is going. Looking at the VIX here, it looks as though we are setting up here for a continuation move higher. Watch for a breakout above 14. Now, going back to the S&P 500, What I'm concerned about here is a head and shoulders setup. This is a 4-hour chart, all 4-hour charts. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Here's our neckline right here. Could use the bottom line in purple. I'm just being anal. Let's go with red. Let's be ominous. All right, so watch for a break below the neckline, which marked the lows of the 28th. Now, taking a look at the dollar. The dollar is gaining some traction here this morning. We're leaning into resistance. Let's watch for a breakout here. You have RSI moving up nicely. Note the higher lows and higher highs. Double bottom setup on the 4-hour chart and now breaking out. So this is a strong chart despite the fact that we remain in a downtrend. RSI is signaling the potential for a breakout. We're not above the 50 level yet on RSI, so I'm not all that convinced that we'll get a follow through, but we are very, very close. Now, what's odd is that gold is up as well this morning. However, it is off the highs of the session. And we did break out overnight above resistance. We're now pulling back and doing a retest. So it's kind of strange that the dollar and gold are rallying in tandem. That tells me that there's something going on, probably in the emerging markets, that is concerning the market. And even when you take a look at the 10-year yield, or actually the 10-year note, it is rallying as well. So you're seeing a flight to safety into safe haven assets. So something's up. My guess is it's the emerging markets. Why do I say that? It's because the EEM, the emerging markets ETF, was down over 2.5% yesterday alone. So members, we'll talk about that chart in a moment on Morning Update. So stay tuned. Let's leave off here with swing trading today with the NASDAQ. And the NASDAQ is looking weak. Let's extrapolate down here this resistance level. It should now act as support. Again, as we have with the S&P 500, the potential here for a head and shoulders setup is forming. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and a break below this rising 20-period moving average could act as the neckline. So we could be setting up here for a weak open, a weaker opening, I should say. We're already weak on the morning. So members, let's segue over into a quick strategy session for the morning. Again, if you're not currently a member, please sign up for the 14-day free trial offer. Cancel at any time. If you're not ready, that's cool. Watch Best Stock Charts, which is coming out tomorrow. Simply enter your email address on the website. Follow me on YouTube. Members, let's get to it. Everybody have a great weekend and rest up. Okay, members, let's begin morning update off with where we left off on swing trading today, and that is with the emerging markets, ETF, EEM. Now, we're seeing weakness in the overall stock market, strength in safe haven assets. When you see bonds, the dollar, gold rally in tandem, it should be concerning if you are long of equities. Why does it matter?